Hi, I'm Alia Dalal, the resident wellness chef at the Chopping Block, and today I want to show you how to make some clean green smoothie jars so you can prepare healthy breakfasts for the week. So I'm starting off the jars with a banana. Banana is going to provide a lot of sweetness and creaminess for this smoothie, so I'm just going to stack it, just break it into little pieces and stack it into this jar. Next, I'm going to add one green apple. So I like the kind of sweet tart flavor of the green apple. Luckily, the blender is going to do most of the work, so I don't need to chop it up too fine or even peel it. But I am cutting out the core. So I do that by just slicing it in quarters and then making a diagonal cut to get rid of those seeds. Then I'm just going to help the blender out just a little bit by cutting it into a few pieces. But this is going to provide a little bit more sweetness for my smoothie, but also a little bit of kind of tart, bright flavor. So I'm going to stack that on top of the banana. Then I'm going to add a little lemon juice. A big secret to making a really good tasting smoothie, whether you're adding greens or not to it, is to add a little bit of lemon or lime juice. It really just makes it come alive. So I'm going to take about half a lemon and just squeeze it right over the apple and the banana. This is also going to help prevent the apple and the banana from oxidizing and getting kind of brown and ugly looking. Next, I'm going to add some hemp seeds. So hemp seeds are a complete vegetarian protein. They're also a good source of omega-3 fatty acids, which are really great for our brains. So I'm going to add about a tablespoon of these. It'll also make our smoothie a little creamy. Next, I'm going to add my greens. You can't have a green smoothie without greens. So I'm adding a little bit of baby spinach. I'm just going to stack this right on top. And then I'll also add a little bit of kale, but feel free to use whatever greens you have on hand. If you're a little weirded out by adding greens to a smoothie, definitely go with the baby spinach. It's nice and soft and mild, and you're really not even going to taste it in the final product. If you're like a greens lover like me, you can go with something stronger, like a little bit of collard greens or chard. So I'm also going to add a little bit of lacinato kale, but really this type of recipe is meant to use up whatever you have on hand. So you can go ahead and just cut off a little bit of kale, or if you have some leftover from a different recipe, go ahead and stack that on top as well. And then the last ingredient that I'm going to add is just a little bit of cucumber. I find I buy cucumber for a recipe and then I use this much of it, and I always have these about to go bad in my fridge. So again, this is something you can use to just use up your cucumber. Cucumber is super hydrating. It's also nice and like fresh and refreshing. So it's just going to give our smoothie a nice kind of clean vegetal taste. So I'm going to stack a little cucumber on top too. And so if I'm preparing these smoothies for the week, I'm actually just going to fill up all of these jars at once, and then I'll come back and blend the smoothie each morning that I want to drink it. So I'm going to go ahead and fill these up now. So now I have all of my green smoothie jars prepared, and I'm going to go ahead and put 3 of them in the fridge for the rest of the week. You want to make sure you don't blend up your smoothies in advance because you'll lose some of the nutrition as the ingredients oxidize because they're blended up. They're also going to taste a lot better too when they're made fresh. So I'm going to take one of my jars and just add it to the blender. Just dump all the ingredients out. If you filled it up, you might need to stick a spoon in there. And then I'm just going to blend it with water. You could use almond milk or coconut milk, something like that, but I actually really just like water with these ingredients. So just enough to blend. If you like it cold, you could add some ice too. Okay, so now, fun thing about this recipe is that the smoothie can just go straight back in the jar, and you can take it on the go with you. So cheers!